Hi everyone, Melissa here. I am back today. I've got some fun new colors that I'm excited to use. Let's see, this is crystal clear. They're really pretty. They're completely, up my alley kind of colors. A nice kind of neutrally glittery, I don't know, slightly glittery, like rose gold kind of, I don't know, pretty colors. These are from Royal House of Beauty, and this is actually my first time using her products, using her colors, and she sent me some liquids too, so I am gonna go ahead and test these out and we'll see how I like them. So you'll see the name and the brand on there. That's Royal House of Beauty. This is a company I think that's been around for a while. I think they've sold other brands, but they're now starting to branch out and do their own brands and their own colors. I think this is one of the first sets of colors she's come out with, and they drew me in because they are my kind of colors. But I think last I looked, she only had maybe 30 colors on her site, but they're beautiful. I mean, these are beautiful colors, so I'm excited to use them. So we've got, for this set of liquids, I have a base coat, of course, then we have top coat, there is activator, and then it also comes with a primer and a brush saver. The primers I use on my left hand for my left hand nails, but I will not be using that today. And then a brush saver is just used to, if a brush hardens, because the base coat or the top coat come in contact with activator, or if a brush gets dirty, gets a lot of glitter, or gets stained, then you can use a brush saver to clean that out. Okay, so I have not opened these at all yet. I pulled them out of the plastic the first time just now with you, so I'm gonna go ahead and open this. I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a sniff. I like to give it sounds weird. I like to give them a little bit of a sniff test at first, just to see if I can predict whether I will get Dipp'd flu from this or not, whether it will affect my sinuses, or just see how strong the odor, the vapors are. Ooh, okay, I got too close to that one. At first it was very, very mild, and then I got too close to it. It's definitely not the worst or the strongest so far, but we'll see as we go. Okay, so the colors I'm going to be using, this is our clear, I'm assuming crystal crown. I'm assuming that's a clear, so I'll be using that for encapsulating. I have Venus, which is like a mauve-y kind of shimmer. These like beautiful gold shimmers. They might be micro glitters in it. I'm not positive, but I know that they're different. It looked like a multi-shimmer in it. Duchess, which is a really, really nice pale nudie pink. And then Realm, which has these shards of like black and rose gold, I think, and silver and glitters. I mean, it's just a really cool color, because you could pair this with like pinks, and you can tie pinks and grays together, and you all know I love me some pink and gray together. So that will be really good for doing some pink and gray manis. Like, I love them. But for today, we're just gonna be doing kind of a pretty nice, easy, simple, kind of like a color block bordered with glitter, kind of a small glitter edge color block. I haven't decided if I want to do like a S or like a edge. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and put the solid colors down first. This is one of those I'm figuring out as I go along, manis, and I generally end up liking them, so hopefully that's what we end up with. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I do have my peel base down, my builder gel, and I'm going to do, okay, so I think I'm gonna do Venus on the pinky, and Femme, we're gonna do the glitter on the ring. We're gonna do Duchess on the pointer, and then we'll do a block with all three of them on the middle. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna do a couple coats, and then I'll let you know how the base coat is doing for me. Okay, first coat down and my first impressions of the base coat. I like the consistency it goes on. I really like the brush. It fans out nicely, fits to the nail, and I didn't have any issues with any parts of it drying before I was able to get the powder on it, which is a good sign for dry time because the peel base does cause the dip base to dry a little bit quicker than usual. So with a lot of more medium to quick dry time base coats I use, they'll have spots that dry before I can get the dip powder on there. And that didn't happen here, so that's a good sign for dry time there, and I like that a lot. Okay, that just confirmed a slower dry time because I went to brush it and it kind of brushed up a little bit, which means it had not quite set yet. So yes, slower dry time. I really love the consistency of it. It's not too thin, which is always a plus for me. If it's too thin, it can pool, it can run into the cuticles, and then you also run the risk of it being so thin that it cracks and chips easily. And I don't like when liquids are super thin and they crack really easily. I want my dip powder to be sturdy and durable, so I think that this will be just by the consistency of it going on. So I'm going to go ahead and finish out the solid colors and the glitter, but the straight one color nails. Okay, so I did 2 layers of this glitter just because I wanted to get really good coverage with these glitter shards. It is super cool. I mean, it is it definitely was not as difficult to work with as like a big chunky glitter. It did take a little bit of work, but I didn't have to do any hand placing. Just had to do like cleaning up, and it laid pretty flat. I mean, it's laying pretty flat, so yeah, this is a really cool glitter. I'm excited to see it like clear capped and top coated and everything so that you can see the depth in it and all that stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and get clear on this one and then I'll get started on the accent nail. Okay, so for this nail, I kind of took a second, looked at the nail, and just tried to visualize what kind of shape I thought would look good in the end. And I decided on just kind of like this swirly swoop that comes across the nail and then cuts it almost to like a French line. We'll see how that comes together when the colors go together, but I think that's kind of the line or the design or that I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna go ahead and actually test this without doing a layer of dip base down first. I would usually put a layer of dip base down first because, like I said, the peel base is going to make it dry more quickly, but it didn't. So I'd like to see if I can use this dip base without having to do that, and I can take my time a little bit more. So I'm just gonna kind of freehand along the line. I'm taking most of the dip base off of the brush, just gently inside the neck there, and I'm gonna kind of just try and freehand along this line. I used one of my micron pens to do this. I just like to, when it's in my head, put it on the nail so that I don't lose it before I can put the base down. Then if I made any mistakes or need to clean anything up, I can use my trusty little water marbling tool here to clean that up, but I was pretty much on the line, if not quite on the line. Okay, so I did a few layers just like that, just kind of freehanded it. And now I'm going to come with the other color and freehand into the areas that I didn't cover. Okay, I'm just going to activate all of these and then file the nails and shape them and then do the next part of this design. Okay, got that nice and filed down. I tried to file this down as thin as I could just so it didn't get too bulky when I added the glitter and the clear on. I tried to file it down as much as I could without compromising the thickness of the color so that it didn't get too light or it didn't fall through the nail, which is always a risk that you take. So now I still have my glitter here in my Dipp'd in Chaos tray. I did want to say one exciting thing about Dipp'd in Chaos. I have been talking with the owner Jen for a while about creating a dip powder marbling kind of tray. So we've been in talks trying to design something cool that would be for dip powder marbling so we did not have to use single-use plastic, so that we could use something that is reusable, because I would always prefer that if possible. So I'm trying to come up with something that would be perfect for marbling with dip powder. So hopefully that will be something I can show off soon. Okay, so now let's get into this design. So yeah, I've got my glitter still here. I'm just gonna give it a little tap, tap, tap. That'll bring the glitters up to the top above the powder. Just makes it so that when we lay into it, we get a higher concentration of glitter onto the nail. So I'm going to take this brush and brush off most of the liquid. I want just a little bit. And I'm just gonna take the edge, the thin edge of the brush, and try and just drag it lightly, gently, gently along that line that I made, that little squiggly wiggly line. Hopefully, because there's activator in the lower layers, I just want to look at it for a second and see how quickly it's drying. I'm probably going to end up just doing another layer right over the top before I lay in. I don't want this to dry so quickly that I can't get a good coverage, so I'm just going to go right over it again. I'll usually do an entire layer of base on the nail before I do something like this if I've already activated and filed, but I forgot. So this is where we're going now. I'm gonna use my water marbling tool to kind of clean up a little if I've got glitter too far out. Okay, I think I'm gonna add a little bit more. I had heavier coverage up here, so I'm gonna add a little bit more down here. I think I got a little bit thinner in my application down there. Okay, I'm gonna do a layer of clear over this, and then I'm just gonna activate it and file it, and then we'll see where we are to get going with this top coat. Okay, all filed up, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the activator and the top coat. Now the top coat, she had said standard top coat timing, which is about a 2-minute wait period. I'm gonna kind of keep an eye on it, so see kind of when it looks like it's starting to get that crinkling, that drying effect for the second coat of top coat, because I think that can generally be done a bit quicker. But for the initial the activator to top coat layer, I will wait about a minute or two. Okay, so that was about a 2-minute final dry time from when I applied the last coat and when it was dry. It was around about 2 minutes, which is not bad. It's not the fastest I have, but it still isn't bad. That shine is beautiful though. It has a very nice shine to it. I do have like a little bit of a dip in this nail, but that might have been just me not being familiar with the consistency of the top coat. That's one of the things about the first time you use a top coat from a brand. For most brands, you have to get to know the top coat before it's going to work perfectly. Not all of them are just going to be easy peasy. Some of them need a little bit of love. But this one wasn't too bad. It's definitely better than some of the other top coats I've tried recently. And yeah, I love it. I love the shine on it. So yes, Royal House of Beauty. I'll show you the colors I used again today. Venus was the sparkly, beautiful sparkly mauve that I have here. Then Duchess is this fantastic kind of light mauve, solid, nudie solid, and then Realm is the glitter, which is just absolutely gorgeous. Really cool, looks really like natural and earthy and like part of a stone or something. But yeah, there you go. I love how these came out. They're super cool. I love this color combo. I love the solid to glitter, or the solid to like shimmery with the glitter between. I think it turned out really cool. So I hope that you enjoyed this as well. And also, if you are not following me on Instagram at Melissa's Manis, you should go and follow me. I just hit 10K on Instagram, and I'm going to be doing a giveaway over there soon. So go over there so that you can enter. But as always, thank you all for joining me. I enjoy doing these designs for you every week, and I will see you next time.